So you're thinking about making wine. Great. It's an easy hobby, it's fun, and it's also economical to do. And you're going to be making great tasting wine in no time. It's so easy. I'm going to show you how to do it right now. Come on, let's get started.
All right, now we're going to take our primary fermenting bucket and get it clean and sanitized. We're going to use some of our no-rinse sanitizer antibacterial. Our next step is to add packet number 1, bentonite. We're going to take our clean and sanitized primary fermenting bucket and fill it with approximately half a gallon of hot water. When you have about a half gallon of hot water in the bottom of the fermenting bucket, we take our bentonite, and first of all we're going to take our spoon or our paddle and we're going to start stirring the water. We want to get the water in a moving action, okay? We want to get it, while we're stirring it, we're going to sprinkle in the bentonite. So this way it's evenly dispersed. Otherwise, it has a tendency to clump up at the bottom. So we want to make sure that we just get it nice and mixed up. After we add our bentonite, we have to add our juice. This is a Merlot juice, and what we're going to do is we're going to open up the top. You can use a regular bottle opener. I have actually a tool for opening the wine kit. We're going to take our juice, we're going to pour it right into the we've added our juice into our primary fermenter, we want to fill it up to the 6-gallon mark, which is right here on this ring here on this fermenting bucket, with water. And we want to use room temperature water. So you want to make sure that it's not too cold or it's not too hot. After we've added our water, we want to stir up our bentonite, our juice, and our water. Stir that. And now we want to take a hydrometer reading. It's our hydrometer. And remember, everything that's going to come in contact with the wine, we want to make sure that it's clean and sanitized. So I keep a handy squirt bottle. I fill this with some sanitizer, and I keep this around so I can squirt down my smaller pieces of equipment. You take a wine thief, which is also needs to be clean and sanitized. And if you don't have a wine thief, you can take something as simple as a tall glass. We also have test jars, but you can use something as simple as that, as long as it's tall and cylindrical. We're going to take our wine thief here, insert our hydrometer, let that go, and then you're going to see the reading, which is exactly what the instructions call for this juice. So we're perfect and we're ready to go to the next step to add our yeast. Our final step is to add our yeast packet. And what we're going to do is we're going to sprinkle the yeast right on the top of the wine. Now, if you had any additional packets like oak chips or elderflowers, you would add them at this point per the instructions that came with your wine kit. Now that the yeast is on there, we're ready to add our lid. And again, we clean and sanitized this earlier. I'm just going to give it a nice spray with my squirt bottle. We're going to attach attach the lid, and we're also going to attach our airlock, our 3-piece airlock here. This line, we're going to fill that with water. And what I usually do is I give it a little squirt of some sanitizer, put the lid on, and it goes in this hole. We're done. In 24 to 48 hours, you should see your airlock bubbling, just like this.
It's been a week, and now it's time for us to transfer our wine, which is also known as racking, from our primary fermenter into our carboy. So we're going to take off our airlock, set that aside, take out the lid. And we're going to use an auto siphon. This is an auto siphon, and the way this works is very easy. We attach a piece of flexible hosing right to here, so it's nice and long for us. And we put this in our primary container, and this part goes into the carboy. I don't know if you can see that there. And to get it started, all we have to do is pump it once or twice, and voila! Look at how easy that is. And that's all we do in step number 2. Is transfer it from our primary into our secondary, which is our carboy.
Okay, we are now ready for step number 3. We're going to stabilize and degas the wine. We're going to take this end of our spoon or paddle, and we're going to use this to stir. We're going to add our remaining packets. Vigorously. You're going to stir in each packet. You should have your potassium metabisulfite packet, which is packet number 2. You're going to have your potassium sorbate packet, packet number 3, and your liquid packet, which is usually isinglass or Kiesel. That's your fining agent. You're going to stir each one of those in. I usually stir each one in for about 5 minutes. It's a lot of stirring, but it'll be well worth it, because what we want to do is we're driving off all the excess carbon dioxide that is formed in the wine during fermentation. And when we're done stirring in all of our packets, we're going to put our airlock back on, and we're going to let it sit for about 1 week, and when it's clear, it'll be ready to bottle.
It's time to start bottling with our Ferrari Auto Bottle Filler. Our Ferrari Auto Bottle Filler comes with this little hose here, which we're going to set aside right now. We don't need it because we are going to be using our Fermtech Auto Siphon. So you're going to take our Auto Siphon, we're going to take the end of our Auto Siphon here, end of the flexible hose, and it goes on this part right here. And we're just going to wiggle that on there so it fits on nice and snug. Now we're ready to start bottling. Okay, now that we have our Ferrari bottle filler hooked up to our Fermtech Auto Siphon, it's time to start bottling. So we're going to take our top off of our carboy, and we're going to put our Auto Siphon in to the carboy. Gently place it in there. And we're going to, of course we need gravity, so we're going to come down here. I usually come down on the floor, so it's nice and low. And this little on-off switch here, we're going to make sure that's in the down position. So all we have to do is start our auto siphon just like we normally would. And just pump it once or twice, and there we go. It automatically starts filling the bottle. And as soon as the bottle fills up to here, the Ferrari automatic bottle filler will pop off and stop. Okay, now that we have our bottles filled and our corks ready, we're ready to cork our bottles. We're going to take our double lever corker, our filled bottle of wine, our sanitized cork, insert the cork right into the double lever corker. We're going to place it right up on top of the bottle. We're going to give it a nice push. It's as easy as that. And there you have it. Beautiful. See, I told you it was that easy. You'll have great tasting wine in no time. Cheers.